So I drive a 2020 Model Y. VIN is in the 500s, very early release. And I've had FSD since I got the car. And I'm a regular user of autopilot or enhanced autopilot, and a regular user of FSD, and a regular driver. Folks have been talking about since version 13 came out of FSD, and then version 14 came out of FSD, of how it continually gets improved. And I'm out here telling folks, I know I'm on hardware Gen 3, and I know hardware Gen 4 came out with the, I think, late 2022 and beyond models. And I know Gen 3 hardware has some limitations to it. But I continually say, honestly, I prefer driving with autopilot or auto steer versus FSD. And I get shut down in the comments of, oh, you choose auto steer for reasons, or other things like that. And I always get confused because, honestly, I'm a big fan of what this car does. I'm a fan of evolution. I'm a fan of technology. But I don't find FSD safe enough or stable enough. And in recent weeks, the YouTube videos have been blowing up about how amazing FSD is, and people driving hundreds of miles door to door without ever touching anything. And I know those are folks who are running hardware 14. It wasn't until yesterday that I actually went into the settings of my vehicle to see which version of FSD I'm using. I'm going to show that to you now, and I think it's going to enlighten myself and maybe others who are driving a Model Y prior to the hardware Gen 4 transition. Where I've been following along, and people were saying they were using version 13 of FSD and now version 14, and people saying how amazing it is. I never realized that I am stuck and limited to version 12. For those of you who are driving an older Model Y, or maybe an older Tesla of any other model that's on Gen 3 hardware, did you realize that you are stuck that far in the past? I just didn't know. I really didn't know. And, there's the downside of, I won't say being an early adopter. I was an early adopter, right? Again, my VIN is in the 500s. So I was an early adopter of the Model Y. But I guess it's the downside of being the person who hangs on to a vehicle. I'm a fan of hanging on to a vehicle for many years and getting the value out of it. I am a big fan of software-defined vehicles as well. And I also know there are limitations to hardware. I just didn't know until this week that I was stuck in version 12. I thought I had been all along for the ride into version 13 and into version 14. And I was confused why I am the one person who's out there saying, I don't like driving FSD. It doesn't feel safe enough. It doesn't feel stable enough. It doesn't know how to pull out from a stop sign. It doesn't feel comfortable turning at a traffic light. I have to take over almost all the time. Now I realize I'm stuck in the past. And I guess maybe there is no retrofit. I mean, I know there's no retrofit. If there was a retrofit, I would have heard about it and I would have invested time and money into getting the retrofit. But this now makes me realize, oh, you've been driving a Model Y for nearly 6 years because you're a person who tries to get a whole lot of value out of your vehicle, right? 7 to 10 years is really how you get the most value out of a vehicle if you talk to any finance expert. But the problem is, I am not able to take advantage of this technology. Now, if I upgrade to a new Model Y right now, Tesla will give me FSD for free because I purchased it. I'm not paying month to month. I purchased it outright. So I might as well sell this and get a new Model Y. But again, there goes that 7 to 10 year value to get the most value out of a vehicle. Anyways, I just learned it, thought I'd share.